You might have heard it a million times, but yeah, education is finally being disrupted. At last. MOOCs were just a test run, but Udemy is the real thing. Let's take a closer look. So, massive open online courses first appeared around 2008, and that's also the year when Khan Academy was launched. And then later there were Udacity, Coursera, edX, and so on. You could access many courses created by various institutions for free. Back in time, everyone said,
"That's it. Universities are done. This is the new thing. That's what's going to disrupt education."
But it didn't. And not only it didn't, MOOCs were actually a failure on the grand scheme of things. It sounded good, but didn't work. Why? Well, here's the thing. When these websites were claiming to have millions of users, they were reluctant to communicate the number of engaged students. But that's the most important. Many people heard about them, subscribed, but actually never started a course. The completion rates were dead ridiculous. But if you want to disrupt education, you better make sure that people actually study the stuff, right? So why weren't they? Well, one reason is the most common problem of the free psychology. If I give you a book for free as a gift, you'll be happy, but you'll probably not read it. At least you won't rush to read it. However, if you buy this book yourself, you'll think like,
I actually paid for this book, so I better make a good use of it.
And that will push you to read it. It's really simple. If you put your money on the table, you'll be more engaged with the product. And the more expensive it is, the more you will want to feel like you're getting something for your money. But that's not all. Besides the fact that they were free and therefore not engaging, most of the MOOCs were limited to institutions. It means that it were the universities or the companies creating the content. And most of the time, they didn't even adapt their courses to online. They simply dumped loads of videos from old conferences or lectures and called them online courses. Obviously, no one really wanted to invest money in the real online course creation because, well, they weren't getting their money back because, again, it was given out for free. So the production quality was like non-existent. But also, in addition to this, what even tells you that university professors are the best people in their fields, right? Think about it. Let that sink in. We got used to the fact that universities have the best knowledge, but most of them don't. And yeah, okay, I'm going to exclude like the top 10 universities in the world from my assessment, but the vast majority is actually pretty mediocre. So with MOOCs, what we ended up with were basically old lectures, shot on camera, obviously not adapted to an online audience at all, delivered by random professors, not necessarily the best in their fields, and dumped for free, which killed student engagement right from the start. These were the reasons that made MOOCs fail. What this means is that free MOOCs sounded good, and these websites were viewed like the good Samaritans helping the whole world, but in reality, they actually made a huge disservice to online education. And I'd go as far as saying that they almost killed the trend that they started. But I'm not blaming them, of course. They did it with a great intention, and what happened was basically an accident. Thankfully, everything changed when Udemy was launched and started to grow. Udemy decided to do two fundamental things differently. First of all, courses are paid. Not expensive, it's still very cheap, but you do need to put some money on the table. Same kind of money like for a book, which makes perfect sense if you think about it. And second, anyone can publish on Udemy. You can publish on Udemy. You don't need any official certifications. The market will decide whether you're a good teacher or not. Students who buy your course will rate you, so your course will have an average rating, and the algorithm will take their engagement rate into account, meaning how much of your course people actually complete. If it's high, it means that your course is interesting, and if it's well rated, it confirms it even more so. And so the market decided, Udemy is killing it. Courses are of amazing quality, literally the best, and students are happily buying them, completing them, and getting addicted to learning more and more. Why was this change so dramatic? Well, if we go back to the point about mediocre university professors publishing MOOCs, Udemy proved that there are independent experts around the world who are much better than any university, but you just need to find them somehow. They exist, but they might not be interested to work as teachers in university, for example. And so how do you find them? Well, you make them earn money. Money is always king. Let's not fool ourselves. Top-tier universities are expensive exactly so that they can pay big salaries to their most unique professors. That's also why a free university education in most countries, which are proud of it, is sort of okay, but it's never going to be MIT or Harvard level. But that's a different topic. So, Udemy found the sweet spot between paid education, but cheap enough so that the volume of students is huge, which allows instructors to earn decent money. And as they earn more and more of it, the online course quality bar increases because of competition. Instructors try better and better ways to make engaging courses, not boring to death like university lectures. They try to make courses concise so that students learn efficiently and not sit through pointless hours. And they are reactive. Any new change, any new information, and the courses are updated. Take a computer science class, for example, some coding, let's say technical stuff. These are domains that change very often. New languages, new frameworks, new best practices, so many things that universities can't even keep up with. And they also need long-time approvals to update their curriculums. But those instructors on Udemy are going to do it right away. Something new appeared, they're going to test everything and update their courses and send a notification to everyone, and then their students are going to be up to date as well. It goes so fast. And so basically everything that I just said about the success of Udemy can be explained in one concept that I mentioned in the beginning: free market. That's it. If you restrict stuff to one particular segment, like for example only universities publishing online courses, the result will be mediocre. But if you open the floodgates, you will unleash quality and creativity. Now, Udemy is the best platform of its kind, but there's also Skillshare, similar but much smaller, and new competitors will eventually emerge. There are also independent platforms, instructors who prefer to not be on any marketplace and do their own marketing and sales directly. So all of this is what I call online courses. Real quality online courses, not MOOCs, right? I hope you understand now how and why I make that difference. So, Udemy's biggest market is the United States, obviously, but it's spreading to everywhere in the world now. But because the US market is still the most competitive, the best courses are in English. So those who speak English in other countries can benefit from this greatly. For example, India. I'm so impressed to see how actively people in India are learning stuff. It's amazing. It's a huge advantage. But when it comes to education disruption because of online courses, I actually believe that universities are not going to suffer that much, because a huge part of education is working, interacting with other people. We are social beings, so we will keep going to social places like universities to see each other. It's just the nature sort of classes and professors that will change. But there's another group of people, however, that is set to suffer big time. And these are keynote speakers or coaches and trainers that just repeat the same information to small groups of people. And as usual, mid-level keynote speakers, the best ones, will always find the market. But those people that are getting paid a few hundred or thousands of dollars per day to repeat the same keynote over and over again, but in different places, they're done. There's really no reason to keep doing that. Unless, of course, they bring more value by being extremely engaging with their live audience and heavily adapting their speech to their clients, which would put them on a path to becoming more like consultants. And this is a way more complicated job than just repeating stuff. So yeah, Udemy is extremely disruptive. And in a great way. People can finally have access to all kinds of education, and it's high quality. And yeah, it's paid, but the price point is very low, so it's affordable for everyone. If you didn't know Udemy before, go ahead and check it out. Pick the courses that you're interested in, but pay attention to the social validation. How many reviews does each course have, and what is the average? Also, how good is the production quality? And if you are yourself an expert in any field and you're training people in real life, you should be creating online courses right now. That's the future. This is where it's going. There will be a big transfer of wealth from coaches, trainers, educators to online instructors. It's already happening. My main business is on Udemy. I have several business courses, and one of them will help you get started and succeed with online courses. The other one will help you differentiate and grow your company. If you're interested, all the links are in the description. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. See you soon.